now let's jump into the review part. We had a chance to run around here at Coral Pink Sand Dunes for a little while, and we did have an uneventful moment, and I'll show you that in a second. But so far, the paddles, I have to say it's been a new experience out here because I've only been driving the KRX on regular tires everywhere, even out here at Coral Pink. But I will tell you this much, the car feels completely different, and the reason for that is these paddles do keep the car floating better on the sand, to the point where it just is a lot easier to get going and moving around. And if you look at the back, so these are 32-inch paddles. They're 32 by 12 by 15s, so they're nice and wide. So 15 paddles as well is what we have here, but they're lightweight and they keep you on top of the sand. And as you can tell, the paddles aren't as tall. It does make the KRX like not work as hard. That's for sure. That's the biggest thing. It's a lot less effort as we've been going through the sand today. That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed about these paddles. Now, in order to get these paddles to work on your stock OEM rims, you will need to run spacers. So I'm running 1-inch spacers, and I'm probably going to keep those spacers on because we have something else going back on the KRX that we will, review later as I get a chance to try out those more. But so far, my overall first impression and getting some miles in on these paddle tires, they work really, really well. Here's the only issue that I'm having. I don't think the KRX is all that underpowered like everybody says, but I'm really feeling it right now because I've spent quite a bit of time in the Pro XP, and we just got back from a Dumont trip for like 2 to 3 days, and it's like I'm feeling it big time right now. So that's been the hardest thing, is I'm just getting used to the power change out here when the Pro XP was just like crazy the way it ran and the way that we have it set up. But supposedly these paddles will also work on the Pro XP as much as the KRX, which makes them kind of nice. They're also at a great price point. So if you jump down in our description, you will see the link to Rocky Mountain. You can jump on there and grab a set if you're looking for some new paddles. And if you have stock rims laying around, you can go ahead and use them, and you'll be all set, ready to go. And let me show you real quick though what I meant with the spacers. If you bring the camera down in here, without the spacers, you have barely any room between the tire and this area here. It was like maybe a 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more. So this brought it out exactly where I needed it. And how I knew the most is when I had it jacked up and the suspension was clear up, or when I had it jacked up, the suspension was a clear bottom droop or whatever you call it. They were actually pretty much rubbing until I got it off the jack. So I knew I would have an issue, but these are 12s and that's why, and they're not 10s. So that's gonna make the big difference there. So overall though, with running the 1-inch spacers by Mod Quad spacers, they do all line up and they work out pretty well. So over here is our issue that we had today. We're running the trail down at the bottom of Coral Pink there, and we're hauling, and somehow I hit the edge of a rock, and I put a nice little, yeah, dude, I freaking hit hard. Dustin on the camera right now heard the whole thing. That's how hard I hit. So I bring a patch kit and a compressor all the time, and I got to use it for the first time in 4 years. And it's holding for now. There is a little air that's coming out of it, but overall it's holding, which will get us through the rest of today since we're only riding today. And it looks like I'm getting on Rocky Mountain's website and ordering one front paddle. So with most of our products too, as you guys know, we pay 100% for all of our products. We like to buy them from the different vendors when we try them out to give honest reviews. But these paddles were actually given to us by Rocky Mountain. So just so you know, these were given to us for free, but it's not really changing my opinion because they actually work really well. All right guys, so that's about it. So make sure whatever you pack in, you pack out. Until next time, this is Garrett with Deranged Off-Road.